126 to 125. So disclaimer, the title of this video will be something along the lines of overreacting to Charlotte's first win of the season over the Chicago Bulls, something like that. And I use the word overreacting because that's exactly what's about to happen. I was losing my mind watching this game. This team is a lot of fun to watch. And before I go any further, I just wanted to get that out of the way. And can you blame me? Because what people were saying about this team going into this season was all pretty doom and gloomy. And fast forward to opening night, and this team breaks a team record, a franchise record, with 23 three-pointers in one game. This is not a boring team. It may not be a very good team, but I don't think they'll be a very bad team. At the very least, they'll be a fun team. And hopefully that starts with the next game starting lineup. But let's talk about this first game of the season, the starting lineup for the inaugural game of this campaign. All right, so this is the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets going into the first game of the season. You have he who shall not be named right here. You have Dwayne Bacon, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, the future rookie of the year, at power forward, and then Zeller at the 5 spot. I liked this lineup when I saw it initially because of this and this and this. You know, it meant Batum, it meant Marvin were on the bench and that they were giving their kids a shot, which, considering the state of the team, of the franchise, their future is in these guys. It's in their hands. So giving them experience to develop and improve as players will be crucial as this team develops over the years. Tonight's leading scorer, the lottery pick, PJ Washington. This kid came out super hot with, I think, 2 or 3 straight three-pointers. And he looks like a pro. And he could, with Zion being out for like 2 months, I think PJ Washington has a legitimate shot of putting up numbers for this team and making a run at Rookie of the Year. He's here and he's ours. And I like where he's headed. His ability to hit down a corner 3 and rise up to contest the rim makes him the type of player that can contribute for a long time in the NBA and hopefully a long time with the Hornets. But right here, Devontae Graham, he didn't start. He came off the bench and he was lights out. I mentioned earlier, they set a new team record with three-pointers made. We have 7 from PJ Washington. Unbelievable. Devontae Graham off the bench with 6 three-pointers. Dwayne Bacon with 2. Marvin with 5 off the bench. Marvin Williams off the bench was incredible. I know he had that 6-man ramp at college, and that was kind of like, why are you drafting this guy so high? He never started a game. If this is his role in a contract year, this guy's going to he may get paid a lot of money in the offseason in a free agency class that isn't very strong. I think Marvin's out here to prove something, and the Hornets could be a beneficiary of that. Who are these guys, right? Like, I know who they are. You probably know who they are, but your parents don't know who these guys are. There's no star power on this team, which manifests its way on the court in an interesting way where there's no selfishness. You know, there's a lot of passing around the perimeter. Matter of fact, let me pull up a tweet. This is on the Hornets Twitter. Take a look at this. Like, PJ's triple team, he sends it around. Ball comes all the way back to him and hits the wide open corner 3. Like, these guys can do whatever they want because they have nothing to lose, and they seem to really trust or have each other's backs because they all want to make each other look good and they want to succeed. With Kemba being gone, there's a vacuum, right? And I don't think it's a question of one guy filling that vacant space. It's going to be 3 or 4 guys that are going to step up and step in where Kemba left off. And I think it's going to be Devontae Graham. It's going to be Miles Bridges. It's going to be Dwayne Bacon and PJ Washington. That's a set. That's a young core that hopefully Kupchak and the rest of the front office can really build around. I don't know if that means trades or whatever down the line, but there's something here. The Hornets have something. It's not all doom and gloom. There are pieces here to make some noise. Some. Emphasis on some. They really need to sort out their defense. Like, the Bulls had an open lane several times to the basket, If a Hornets player stepped in, they were immediately stepping out so they wouldn't get dunked on. Or there was a miscommunication and Cody Zeller was left like, I thought you had him. No, I thought you had him. A lot of that going on. Not great. Got to tighten that up. But overall, their ability to run, share the ball, and shoot the three especially, it's awesome. I can't wait to see what they do next. Beyond the new team record for threes, beyond PJ Washington playing out of his mind and setting a new record of the most three-pointers made by any player in their debut, all that stuff's great. But what I really want to see is the next starting lineup for the next game against the Timberwolves, which I believe is at home. You cannot bench Devontae Graham, right? The Hornets came in super hot in the first quarter. They put up like 37 points. The Bulls almost climbed back in the second quarter and they went into half, right? They come out, Bulls look real nice. Markkanen played out of his mind against the Hornets, which makes me concerned when the Hornets play another like future superstar or an actual superstar. They're going to carve this team up if nothing changes. But offensively, I don't want to say offensively, just all around, this team is better off with Devontae Graham starting at point guard. I want to highlight the coaching staff for making the call to make a switch at point guard with 5 minutes left in the game, right? The Hornets are down 10 points and Devontae Graham comes on at point guard and the Hornets go on a 10-0 run to tie the game and proceed to take the lead and keep the lead. Like there was one stretch where Graham hit a three and then went back down and drew a charge and then hit another three. Like that guy needs all the minutes. I like the idea of having a young starting squad and then the ability to lean on veterans when things aren't going well or when the moment's too big for the younger players. And you have guys like, I don't count Monk in that class, but I think he's a younger guy and he can contribute in a big way. But the more veteran players like Batum, Marvin, our new point guard, those guys coming off the bench may be the best option. And I'm really curious to see how the coaching staff prepares and rolls out this team against the Timberwolves on Friday. One game down, 81 to go. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do on this channel yet. I think I'm going to try doing one upload a week with all the games previously played packed into it. Hopefully leading into the next game, something like that, depending on how the schedule works out. And my schedule works out. I work full time, man, I got bills. But anyway, that's enough for me. You've been great. I'll see you next time.